Hello and welcome. Now for the whole of 2020, I'm attempting a no buy / low buy. Now this is my update for August. We're going to talk about how much I made, how much I spent, what were the categories I did all my spending in, how much I was able to save during the month. I'm also going to share with you the haul of all the new products that I purchased, which is a lot, and I don't think people will believe that I'm doing a low buy considering how much I got this month, but we'll get into that in a little bit. I'm also going to share with you the one product I actually used up this month. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to check in and share with me how you're going, if you're doing a no buy, low buy, no spend, some kind of challenge where you're trying to curb or change your shopping and consumption behaviors, I'd love to hear from you. I love hearing how other people are doing and how they're working on their own journeys and with their own challenges. So with that all said, let's just jump straight in. The first is the product I used up, which is just my face oil. So it's like rosehip oil. That's what I always use with a bit of myrrh essential oil. So yeah, I finished that one this month, and that's the only product that I used up. Now let's jump into all the new things that I purchased. So the first is shampoo and conditioner. This is like the thing I bought at the very beginning of the month. Now it is actually in aluminium bottles. Now aluminium can be like consistently and constantly recycled, whereas plastic you can only do it a handful of times. So this is like a zero waste company. So I wanted to test it out and see what I think. So I picked them up. I haven't used it yet because I'm still working through the shampoo and conditioner that I am currently using. So I'm excited to test those out. The next thing I purchased was a cleanser. So I'm trying to build a skincare routine. I've never really had one that's super consistent and one that I feel like really works for me. And I'm nearly 25 and I think it's about time that I do that. So I've been on the mission to do so. I got this cleanser. I picked it up because it is in glass packaging. I could only find about 2 or 3 cleansers that came in like this packaging that didn't come in plastic. So I wanted to give it a go. I do trust Dr. Hauschka because I have used it in the past. Also, like my mum has used it a lot when I was growing up. So I have been using it for maybe 2 weeks now. I do really like it. It's just so expensive. Like this bottle was $64. Okay, anyway, the next is rosehip oil. So I know that I actually got this same exact thing last month. However, I had a gift card for Maya for $100. I used it to buy most of the things for my grandma, but then there was like $20 left. So I was like, oh, like, you know, I don't just want to buy something for the sake of it. And then I saw that they had this, and I do use obviously this face oil all the time. So I don't mind having backups of it. So I decided to pick this up. And, you know, because one face oil isn't enough backup, I decided to get 2 more throughout the month. So this was at the very end of the month. Basically, I love this brand. They had a 40% discount at Priceline. And I like couldn't walk away from this deal pretty much because this is one of the like best rosehip oils. It's like 40 something dollars usually a bottle. I got it for like $25 or $24 a bottle. I did buy backups, which is usually not what I do, but it's like a product that I'm always going to use for my face. Like I don't feel like I'm changing that up anytime soon, so I don't have any regrets. I'm just like slightly ashamed that I have so many backups, but anyway, so that's 3 bottles of rosehip oil. Another thing I got from that company was their cleanser because this was 20 something dollars, and like I said, the Dr. Hauschka one is crazy expensive. So if once I finish this, I'm going to test this one out and see if it's more to my liking. I do really like the Dr. Hauschka one, but I'm just thinking like financially, like long-term wise, it's gonna get really expensive. So they do a cleanser and it also is in glass packaging. So I'm gonna give this a go once the Dr. Hauschka one's finished, and then that might be the replacement, maybe not. We'll see how things work out. Now, another thing I got in terms of skincare was the Ordinary Hyaluronic Acid. So this I have added into my skincare routine, and I've really loved it. Hopefully this bottle will last quite a while. Now, also on the skincare theme, whatever skincare train that we're currently on, I got some sunscreen. So I spoke to a friend who she's like really into skincare and like knows a lot, way more than I could like ever hope to know, and I was sort of asking her about different things, and she said obviously the best thing is sunscreen. It's the only, well, there's one of 2 things that are scientifically proven to prevent aging and to help with that. So I picked this one up because It's the same sunscreen that she was using. I hate sunscreen. I hate putting it on my face. I just always feel like it's so thick and gross. But I tried out hers. I really liked it. And yes, it is in plastic packaging, but I think it's going to be like my one allowance in regards to my skincare. Unless for some reason someone has an amazing recommendation that's low waste that you want to share with me in the comments. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one, and it's been doing a pretty awesome job because it doesn't feel all gross like sunscreen usually does when you put it on your face. I bought a toothbrush because my other one fell apart I think last month, so we got a new toothbrush, so that's a little less exciting. And then the last thing I got in terms of like beauty cosmetic products is deodorant. Now, last month I got a deodorant. I tried it. It burnt my arms. Like, it was just really stingy and just not very nice and didn't work for me. So I've given that to a friend. And so then I went to look for another deodorant. Once again, looking for it in like glass or like lower waste packaging. It was probably the most expensive deodorant, again, that I could have purchased. But it's something that I know that works, and that's the thing. I feel like if I experiment too much, I often find that then I like don't use a product and then it just gets wasteful. So I'd rather spend like the extra probably $10 on this deodorant, get something that I know that works, and like try something else out again. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, you try new things and then you like, it doesn't work for you, so then you end up wasting it. I mean, I always try and give it to someone else, but anyway. Another thing I got this month, which was this little pouch. I ordered it off Etsy. I really love it. It's super sweet. I pretty much just wanted a bag that I could fit all my makeup in, so I bought this one and I really like it. So that's another thing I got this month. And then I got two flannelette face cloths. Yeah, just kind of because obviously I'm paying more attention to my face and skincare. So that was a massive haul. I think I've spent a lot of money this month, but it's all stuff that will be used, and they're all brands that I like have trusted or like previously loved, so I kind of feel okay with being able to spend that. And I know it's like a lot of backups, but they will get used, I'm sure of it. The next is hand-me-down items. So this came from a friend. She did a big declutter and she just said like, do you want any? And I did. There's like a bunch of t-shirts that she was getting rid of that like a cut that I really like on myself, and they're also really good quality t-shirts. So there's 4 tops, and then she was also getting rid of a pair of jeans, so then also 1 pair of jeans. So those are all the things that have come into my life. So let's talk about the money, about the finances, and how that all has worked out. So month of August, I made a total of $9,766, which is the most amount of money I've made in a month period in like my whole entire life. I was really surprised because I think I was expecting August to be a low income month because I've actually dropped my shifts down and I'm only working 3 days a week at the moment. However, I did a bunch of different like sleepovers where I was working like several days consecutively and doing like 24-hour shifts. So that's why that is such a high figure. Yeah, I was kind of blown away by that. It's like, it still doesn't make sense to me that I'm making this much money, because like a year ago I was a waitress in a restaurant making like $200 a week, so like, you know, maybe just over $1,000 or just under $2,000 a month. So it's pretty, yeah, it's pretty wild to me. It still doesn't quite feel real. The next is how much I spent. So I spent a total of $1,515.24. That gives me a grand savings of $8,250.76. So it's crazy to be able to save that much in a month, and I'm like extremely fortunate and also very grateful to have that, because I know that that is not the case for so many people. And also just to be like the age that I am and to be able to make that kind of income, it does actually blow my mind and it doesn't feel real to me. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, the next is, let's break down all the categories and I'll tell you how much I spent on everything. So the first was gas. I spent $102.11. That is because I'm not working as much, so I'm not driving to and from work, and like, because I have done big shifts over the last month. However, I just like drove there and then stayed several days at that person's house, so I wasn't driving back and forth like I have previously, so that's why my gas is a lot lower. It's like $120 or $30 lower than usual. The next was groceries. I spent a total of $203.13. Me and my friend who's living with me did make a little bit more of a conscious effort this month to not spend as much on groceries like we did last month. And then eating out with friends was still pretty high with $210.30. I brought it down by like $50 compared to last month, but yeah, still quite high. Not like, yeah, I think that's the thing when I'm living with someone. I also, like I've said last month, I have a couple of one particular friend who's come up from Melbourne who is staying in this area as well, so like we've been going out a lot and like going to Wednesday pub nights and like things like this that I don't usually do. The next is things. So all the stuff that I showed you, all the cosmetics that I bought came to a total of $330.30, and that is because I have got some pretty high ticket items. The trilogy stuff cost me about $75. The one cleanser from Dr. Hauschka was like $64, so it all adds up pretty quickly. The next was my pussycat for $35 for her food and litter. I spent a total of $595 on bills this month, so rent, internet, and my phone. Experiences / gifts. I didn't buy any gifts because the gifts I did get for my nana were on gift cards, so I didn't actually have to pay for that. But experiences, I spent $15 and went to see a movie, and I forgot the name of it, but it was really good, and I'll put it on the screen. And it was so nice to see like a new movie at the cinema and just have that experience, because I love going to the cinema. It's such a nice thing to do. And then I have eating out with my client. I spent a total of $19.40. So that was pretty low because there's one client that when I do sleepovers with them, I pay for my own food, but then there's another client that I did like a huge weekend with at the end of August who they just cover everything. Like that family's just really incredible. They're super generous, so they just cover all my food, everything when I go to work for them for a weekend, and they also pay me every, like, you know, the full rate that I would get paid anyway. So yeah, that was all of the updates, all the things for August. I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!